is up, guys, and welcome to probably the biggest video I've made in a very long time. Today we're going to be unboxing my MK7 GTI's upgraded hybrid turbocharger. Now, if you guys don't know the backstory behind this specific mod, I bought my car in January of 2022, and from day one, my dream was to build a big turbo GTI. Not just an IS38 build, but to go straight for a big turbo. For a while, I decided IS38 would be the route I would go anyway because of the lower cost. And then a friend of mine by the name of Billionaire on TikTok, he's got a B9S4, but formerly owned a Vortex XL Golf R. And he's got another MQB project, which is going to be running a Vortex XL that he's going to be unveiling soon. And this might be coming out before he unveils the car. I know what the car is, he's told me, but I'm not revealing what it is because some of you might watch him on TikTok. But he put me onto a company called Mamba, and I had never heard of these guys before. And he told me, go check them out. They've got this brand new turbo that's coming out that is comparable to the Vortex XL, and the pricing is really good. And he sent me a link to what is sitting in this box, and which I will talk about once I unbox it and give you guys even more information about this turbo. And so I looked at the pricing and I was like, $1,200 for a turbo with no actuator isn't actually all that bad. The next closest competitor in terms of price would be the standard EQT Vortex, which I believe is around $1,500. And that's based on an IS-20. This one is based on an IS-38, just like a Vortex XL is. Another thing he pointed out is that Mamba was the supplier for EQT's turbos for a significant amount of time during the early years of the Vortex and Vortex XL. And so that tells me enough about the quality of these to know that it's going to be fantastic. So I think without further ado, let's crack this thing open. I'm very excited because this is going to be my first look at this turbo outside of pictures. So in standard unboxing fashion for me, we're going to be using a key instead of a knife. I need to get a knife. I've been saying that for years. I need to invest in a knife for these kind of videos. I bought this turbo a little over a month ago, and it was on back order until mid-July, and then mid-July turned into late July, and this thing showed up very quickly actually after it finally shipped last Friday, July 28th, for those who are watching this and want context to an actual date. There are some staples there, so I'm going to be careful not to stab myself. I'm clumsy enough to do it, and let me, so I can get these out of here, because I don't want these here. I don't want to hurt myself by accident one day trying to grab this box and getting impaled by a large staple, which is now on the floor, and I'm going to pick that up from mom, rinse it over, and toss another tire. Alright, and we're back. So yeah, we're going to unbox this now. This is actually sold as a complete kit with a bunch of added on extras, which I am very excited to check out. So first remove the packing materials and stuff of that nature. I've gotten a look at it down there. We're gonna put these off to the side here, so I'm gonna put these back in the box to store it. We'll start off with the accessory stuff before we get to the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. So this here appears to be an inlet elbow. Now for those who don't know, my car already has one on it. I've got the CTS turbo inlet pipe, or inlet elbow, or turbo elbow, whatever you want to call it. This one appears to be a Mamba specific one for use on their turbo. There's always something I was curious about with other turbo offerings, if I was going to be able to reuse my CTS one, or if I was going to use one that's specific for them. I think EQT doesn't supply one with their turbos, I could be wrong on that, but Mamba does. And let's go ahead and open that up first, because I want to see it. And for those who are curious, because I'm sure I'll probably get some comments about it, I'm wearing a brace, and that is because of the nature of my work. I type for a living, and I've developed tendonitis, and not just this wrist, but both wrists, but only have one for my right hand. So anyway, here is our Mamba branded turbo inlet elbow. And it's got a nice bolt here for security, which my CTS one actually doesn't have. So this will be able to be secured in some way, I guess. It's gloss black, which is not really my thing. There's some welds on it, which look pretty solid. I'm not seeing any shoddy welds here. I'd imagine this is aluminum piping. It feels really light, so I imagine it's aluminum considering the weight. Pop that back in there and move it off to the side as it hits the floor. So next up we got some lines. These appear to be not labeled. There's some bungs in here, some hose clamps, a lot of just adapters, and there's these lines, which I think some of these are for oil feed and return, or among other things. So I'm not going to get out and individually unbox them, but that is kind of just what we're looking at here is just some lines, which will hopefully make the install easier on the car. Now I think that just leaves some documentation. We've got this really cool book. It's a turbocharger replacement precautions book. It's got analysis and documentation on everything, and how everything works, which is really cool. It's a really nice informational booklet about turbos and how turbos are damaged and how they can be damaged. So in here as well, we have a Mamba sticker, which I was concerned it wasn't going to come with, and is going to go straight on the car when the turbo is installed, if I don't install it before then. And then we have a turbo gasket for mounting to the engine itself, as well as what appears to be a V-band gasket, which I would imagine goes to the downpipe. And then we've got some more. We've got a coupon for 5% off, and then we've got what I believe is the invoice for the turbo itself. Let me take a peek at that. And I'm not going to show it if it's got my address on it because I don't want y'all to know it. So it's a balancing report, actually, is what this is. And yeah, it's got this really handy chart that's got all the information on the balancing of this turbo, this specific turbo, as they went through quality control, which is really cool. And something that I don't necessarily know how to read, but I am grateful for its inclusion nonetheless. So with that, we're gonna put that off to the side now. And then I think there's one more. Nope, I think that leaves just the big show here. I'm gonna take the sticker out and put it off to the side here as well. That leaves the main event. So without further ado, I'd like you guys to meet the new turbo for my Mark 7. This, when I can get it out of the packaging, and I broke the packaging, is a Mamba GTX3071R. It is dual ball bearing. It is a 9-blade turbine housing, and it is a billet wheel compressor. This turbo is pure insanity, especially for the price. And this is the first time I've ever done something like this. A lot of people know I intended to twin turbocharge my Ford Explorer that I had previously. Never got around to it, meaning this is the first time I've ever unboxed a turbo. I did briefly own a secondhand KO4, but this is something special, and I'm very excited to get it all in the car. Now, I am going to take it out of the packaging. I notice there's some oil in the package, so maybe I don't want to mess with it too much, but see if I can cut the zip tie off. See if I've got anything. Ow. I don't know if these can cut zip ties, but I'm gonna try. If not, I'll just punch a hole in the bag like I always do, and we'll go from there. Looks like I'm going that route anyway, so let's see if I can use these to assist in tearing the packaging open. Looks like that's not going to happen. There we go. Got a nice hole. We'll very quickly try to open up as best as we can here. That's a pain. I wish I had some cut the zip tie, but yeah, this thing is absurd. got it kind of out. Get these pliers out of this box and return them to their home. All right, I think that's about as much as I want to get it out of here because there's oil everywhere. Let me bring this to you guys. So yeah, this is a 3071. We've got a 70 mil compressor housing. We've got our mounting point for our diverter valve. And then obviously the mounting point for the wastegate, which is not included with this turbo. And yeah, we got this nice 70 mil compressor, turbo muffler delete as standard. Then we've got our nice area where the ball bearings are located. And on the back side, which if I can maneuver my hands in a way, you will see our 9-blade turbine housing, which is absurd. This thing's going to sound magnificent. But all right, now that my hands are covered in oil, hope you all enjoyed this unboxing video and a glimpse into what to expect for my Mark 7 build. And things are about to go nuts. I don't have a time frame on install, and that is probably the biggest bummer of this whole thing, is I have no clue when this is going on the car, which is killing me a little bit. But we'll work with it and we'll find out. Originally supposed to go on last weekend if it had showed up in time, but unfortunately it didn't, and here we are. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content coming soon on the channel. I will see you guys next time, and have a great day, guys. And hope you guys are excited as I am.